just got notified that they're saying we're gonna have 74 mile per hour wind gusts and huge thunderstorm. I don't know if you live where, like if it's raining a lot and then the sun comes out and heats up the atmosphere, the storm that comes after it is gonna be terrible. Well, I don't know if you heard that. We just had like storms all night long, and then it was sunshiny for a good hour and a half here. Like, I'm talking super bright, super heating up everything. And then now we have that severe thunderstorm. But if the winds are gonna be that high, I might just go chill in my basement, just for the heck of it, you know. My dog is acting really scared. He's shaking and he won't leave my side. And I'm just watching out my kitchen window, because when the chickens start freaking out, Jesse's going to the basement. Because chickens know what's up. They're my little barometers. I wish I was crazy. Oh.
There goes our power.
Dadgummit, already. Well, I'm glad I'm cooking my hot dogs. I can't believe we already lost power. Oh, those wires are whipping it. I left the stove on. You reckon you gotta go turn it off?
Yeah.
There's a tornado. Maybe we should get away from the window.
There's a tornado.
This is not funny. My babies aren't home.
You're fine, they're cool.
But they're not with me. I don't know if they're scared. I need a drink. You get a drink down here?
No.
Nothing?
Here. That's good. Mountain Dew.
I've named Mountain
Here, sit
Dew.
down.
Okay. So I just want to let you know that we're okay. We'll have power for a while. Got this whole line knocked down in our backyard, and trees are knocked down. Oh, good grief. I'm not excited for tornado season. Thank you, honey. They're making us turn around, aren't they? We needed a charger for the phones, for the car, so a car phone charger. So that's why we left the house in the first place, and they rerouted us to come this other direction. There's two ways to get out of, to get to town, left or right. And so right was closed off because of the tornado damage. So we turned left, and there's a huge tree in the road, so my husband got out to clear it. And then these nice people drove up and also assisted him. I got a phone call in the middle of him doing this, so I didn't get to film that part. But we also decided to pick the boys up, and so the next clip is after we have picked them up.
Wait.
Oh, I want a picture.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hey y'all, so long time no see. I'm not sure when this video is going to go up. As you know, the tornado hit down on our street and knocked out everything. We were, blessed enough that it didn't do any structural damage for us. It did knock down, I'll show you the backyard in a minute. But all the power was out and our internet is still down. We did get power back Sunday, March 5th around 5 p.m. So we're super grateful for that. But my house is out of control, so I thought I would just bring you along my days and film when I remember to pick up the camera. Right now I'm just,
the kids are home from school and it's chaotic. I've had a really busy day. I went to the chiropractor and then I went to a thrift store and got some clothes. They had a $5 to fill a bag sale, so I got a lot of clothes for myself and for the kids. And it was all still fall and winter wear. They're gonna bring the summer stuff out in a couple weeks. Trying with my fingers. Anyway, right now I'm working on my bill binder, and I found some receipts to scan and to fetch. But I want to show you, I got this book at the thrift store. I've read Total Money Makeover and I really enjoyed it. Even though I don't really do his principles per se, it really has helped me in my financial education. So if you don't know what you're doing with money, I highly recommend Dave, just to, you know, get a foothold on what's going on. I really enjoyed budgeting. So anyway, I think this is 50 cents. So I'm super excited to read that. I'm sorry, my kids are loud, so I'm gonna stop filming for a minute and calm that down. I also picked up this pretty little bowl for 25 cents. And I just love it because I had a milk glass bowl for my fruit and my middle son broke it. So 25 cents is not bad for that. And I'm gonna put my fruit in there. Davy Jones has come out to play. So I also picked up these the other day. They're for like $1, and it has these little cards with it, some cubes. But now I need to start cleaning this house, so I'm gonna get started here in the kitchen doing some dishes. So if you need to clean any part of your house, you can get up and clean it alongside me, or just sit and watch me clean and listen to me talk for a bit. We absolutely recognize how blessed and covered by God we were in this storm, because it was seriously right down our street. It could have easily been us that lost everything. There are several people who lost homes. Thankfully, nobody was injured as far as I know, and there has been absolutely no loss of life. So we are praising the Lord for that. Please just stay in prayer for my community as they rebuild, and that the people are taken care of and they feel God's peace and comfort as they go through this difficult time.
This town's so lame, I'm feeling so wired. It's 4 a.m., I'm not even tired. We're in your car, we can drive away. Oh yeah, we're almost there. I'm loving this feeling of something new. Just right what I needed. Take me there, we can drive away. Oh yeah. Listen to the midnight radio. Listen to the midnight radio.
If you're wondering why my dishes were so backed up, we did not have water for the weekend either. So the boys and I actually stayed at my sister's house while my husband stayed home because he actually had to work the weekend. So I didn't want to be at home with the kids with no power, internet, or water. So we just went and stayed with my sister for that night and day. And I'm so grateful that she let us come over and she welcomed us into her home, excuse me. The kids are fighting and my mind is going crazy. Anyway, so I come home and I have to do all these dishes, which is fine. The dishwasher is actually messed up, so I have to hand wash them all. But surprisingly, it's very calming to do the dishes and it really helps calm my anxiety down. So I'm not complaining at all. We also had no cell service, so no power, water, internet, or cell service. I was born in the generation I was born in for a reason. I definitely would not do well back when they did not have communication with the outside world, because we live out in the country and I'm just not the type of girl that's okay with not being able to call anybody for help if I need it. Like, it's just, nope, not for me. So yeah, I'm really glad we got to go to my sister's because I definitely felt safer in town. And we came home Sunday night. We got our power restored at 5 p.m. that Sunday night, and it's crazy. We're just so grateful. Like, I feel like we took everything for granted before, and I'm like, I'm so thankful for running water, for the power. The internet came back Tuesday, we did okay without the internet. I told my husband it was actually kind of nice because, you know, as a content creator, your life, part of it revolves around creating content for you guys and like doing Instagram and the stories and making TikToks and everything, and not having to worry about uploading because you can't. It was almost like a little vacation. So I've been doing a lot of napping. That sounds really silly now that I think about it, but it was actually really nice not to have pressure to do anything. And I guess it's because we've never really taken an actual vacation ever, so this is a new concept for me. If we take vacations, it was usually to go visit family, and while we love doing that, you know, it's not like a vacation where you go and you just relax. And it was just really nice. I'm not sure where I'm going with that, but that's what I was doing while we didn't have anything. I did get a little bit of this filmed for you guys because I was like, well, I don't want to, you know, just not film at all. But it's different just setting the phone up and filming as opposed to having to edit, upload it, and all that jazz. Anyway, I'm going to be quiet about that because I'm pretty sure you're probably bored with that. And let me know how you guys are doing. I've really missed chatting with you, and I'm so thankful for all of you that reached out to make sure that we were okay and said you were praying for the community. We're totally fine. So it just blesses my heart that y'all care enough about my neighbors and everything that y'all are going to pray for them too. So just thank you so much. You guys rock. You know who else could use your prayers? My poor little scrub daddy. He has seen better days, y'all. I really need to I need to make a trip to the store and get a new one because this one is on his last little spongy threads. I did wake up Friday morning with a sense of urgency to pray like an extra prayer of protection over my home and my kids. So I did that, and I'm really glad I did because, like I always say, I believe in the power of prayer, but it's not the prayer I believe in, it's the God that answers those prayers. He is so powerful, and he really protected everybody. Yes, there was a lot of damage, but nobody was killed. So I fully believe that the prayers, and I know several other people were praying as well, that is what made this better than it could have been. This whole experience has been a huge wake-up call because, okay, I have to give you a little bit of background of what was going on. So our local weatherman said that there was a very super low chance of any tornadoes on Friday, the day that it hit. But they had this thing called a triple point, and they showed on the map where the 3 different fronts were combining, and they made a dot in like at their intersection point. And then I did a trajectory path from that point, and I was like, if there's a tornado, it's gonna hit us. I was like, but there's a very like super low chance there would be a tornado at all. And so at the beginning of this video, I was standing at my kitchen window, you know, talking about watching the chickens. And while I was doing that, an alert came on my phone that we were going to be getting a severe thunderstorm and the winds were going to be like 74 miles per hour. It's like, oh, that's wonderful. Well, when that hit, immediately my husband and I's phones both went off with the tornado warning. I was like, well, that's great. And so that's why the video cut to us in the basement, was because it hit so fast. Like, there was hardly any time to react. The people in our town that were directly impacted by this tornado, they probably had 30 seconds, if that, to get to shelter by the time the tornado warning actually hit. So it's really scary, and it makes me think about, you know, tornado season is coming up. It's not even tornado season yet, y'all, and we've already had one. It's insane. Anyway, it makes me think, if there's a severe thunderstorm warning, you know, it can change to a tornado at any point. And if you're the house that tornado might drop down on before there's even a warning issued, it makes me want to take shelter anytime there's severe weather. Maybe that's just me being overdramatic, overreacting. I tend to do that a lot. But it's really scary how fast things can change. And y'all, my husband and I both talked about how unprepared we were. I had nothing cooked ahead of time. I mean, I have a story about the hot dogs in a minute, but we didn't have any bottled waters ready. We do have all kinds of canned goods and stuff in the basement, but nothing like ready to eat. We don't have bug out bags like if we had lost everything and had nothing but the clothes on our back, that's all we would have had was the clothes on our back. And yes, we would have been thankful to have survived, but there is no reason for us not to have been prepared to have been able to leave our house with a backpack full of an extra change of clothes, some food, you know, things like that. So we're definitely working on getting our preparedness plans together, because you feel completely helpless. We were out here and we had no power, no water, no internet, no cell service. You're on your own. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my gosh, how did you not, you know, think about this? But you never think it's going to happen to you, and then it does. And it didn't exactly happen to us. Like, we were fine. As I've said before, we were completely fine. But disasters happen all the time. It doesn't have to be something that affects the whole town. It's just your area. And then you're like, oh man, we're on our own. You need to be prepared. So I'll encourage you right now, get your ducks in a row so you're prepared.
I'll be yours if you let me hold you tight. But I don't know if you let me in. Yeah. I know you had your heart broken.
Okay, now I'm going to be completely vulnerable with y'all, and it's kind of embarrassing, but I feel like the Lord really wants me to tell you this story. So that Friday morning, I actually stayed in bed until 20 minutes before that storm hit, because I was just so tired. I woke up and my mouth had fever blisters, and I just, you know, if you get fever blisters, you know that it's, it doesn't just affect your mouth, like you're really tired and you're just like, bleh. Well, anyway, so I stayed in bed. Well, I randomly got this huge urge from the Holy Spirit to get up and boil some hot dogs. So I got up and I boiled my hot dogs, and you know, I lived off of those hot dogs that day. That's what I had to eat. So the Holy Spirit took care of me. The power company is out here today cutting down these trees and going to replace all of these power poles. Alright, y'all, so I just did a major clothing declutter, mainly the kids' clothes, but I got rid of 2 trash bags full of clothes, and we still have all this laundry. So you know what that means? I need to declutter some more. And I know I said I went to the thrift store and did a $5 fill-a-bag, but I didn't get them a whole lot of stuff. My youngest son needed some pants, so I got him 3 pair of pants and then a couple of shirts, because it's still going to be cold here, and they needed long sleeve shirts, so I grabbed them each a couple of those. And then I got myself a few items as well. If you'd like to see those, let me know, and I'll definitely share them. But yeah, the weather's just really crazy. Usually by now it's springy weather, but they were even saying we had a chance of snow this past week. Thankfully we didn't get it, but just the fact there was a chance blows my mind. And my husband and I are having to postpone our garden plans because we have another hard frost coming up. So I'm just ready for spring. How about y'all?
Yeah, I would never ever let you go. I would treat you right, treat you right. Baby, I would always hold you close.
I do have a funny story about this whole thing going on. The morning that my husband took us to my sister's house, you know, we had no power, so it was complete darkness because we had to get up around 4:45 to leave, so it was still dark outside. And I had a big bag of buttermilk pancake mix from Sam's Club that my kids just, they don't like it, so I was going to give it to my mom. So anyway, I asked my middle son to carry it to the car. It was sat behind the back door. He literally picked it up and then promptly dropped it everywhere. So I got the broom and I tried as best I could from what I could see to sweep all of this pancake mix out the back door, because luckily it was right there at the door. Well, then my husband said, he came home that afternoon and he said, "What in the world did you do to the house? There is white powder footprints everywhere. It looks like somebody come in here with drugs and just exploded them all over the place. And it's all over the back steps." So he had to sweep all of that up. I was like, "I'm so sorry. I couldn't see to sweep it all up." So apparently there was pancake mix all through the house, and it's just hilarious.
When we wake.
Alright, so I feel like I owe you an explanation. If you remember how excited I was to try a new laundry system out for our family, I was going to go to Dollar Tree and get how many of us? 5 laundry baskets, one for each of us, and just sort the laundry out into that, and they put their own away. But then I saw Dawn, the Minimal Mom, here on YouTube. She's kind of against laundry baskets. I can't remember what she said. If she said no laundry baskets or just the one. But it made a lot of sense because if you have baskets, you're going to fill them up. And usually they stay full, which is the case for my house with any container we have. If it's there, it's going to get filled up. So I've decided not to do that. I'm going to try to stick to my 1 load of laundry a day to keep the chaos away. And then put it away as soon as I get it sorted out. Sometimes I don't fold the clothes. Sometimes I do. It kind of bugs me not to. I don't fold underwear and, stuff like that. I'll just throw it in their drawers because as soon as I put it in there, they go in. And I've tried the KonMari method. I've tried the envelope method. Anything you can imagine for kids' clothing organization and dresser drawers. I've tried it, and they go in, and they just explode it as soon as they try to pull something out. So that's why I'm working on decluttering the clothing so that they only have a certain amount. And we're not overrun with laundry all the time. Anyway, long story short, I'm not doing the basket system. Anyway, I have really missed chatting with you all. Let me know in the comments how you're doing. Have you had any severe weather? Did you have a tornado where you are? Because I know there was a bunch of tornadoes that day. It wasn't just my area. So my heart does go out to you if you were in the path of any of these storms. Also, let me know any prayer requests that you have so that I can pray for you.
Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
I'm gonna go see what's in the freezer that I can fix for supper. There's always so much junk in the way. Okay, so we got chicken, hot dogs. Really was hoping for some hamburger meat to do like sloppy joes, but Boston butt. Hamburger meat. What? Okay, so we get hamburger meat, chicken, and some of these Plump and Juicy Original Franks.
We ended up having hot dogs that night because it was just super easy. And then we had a nice show outside of all the electricians going home for the evening. We're just so thankful for them. So if you're a lineman, thank you so much for your hard work and dedication to your trade. We really appreciate you and are grateful for you. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Be grateful, give grace, God bless.